Hello viewers, today we're going to be fixing this paper spool thing. I made this many years ago. It's a very simple build. I just took some Romex wire and screwed it onto this piece of wood, and it normally hangs like this right up over here on the side of the shelf. And I used this, I put a roll of sheetrock tape paper on there. The original roll was probably half of this length, and so it was fine like this, but now it just doesn't work. And I use this paper a lot. I like it because one of the main things I do with this is I put it on power supply cords, and then when I put the cords out in the box, so that this as a tag doesn't tear off, because this is pretty sturdy paper. You know, something like this, for instance. I often put power cords in a box like this with a label, and this won't tear very easily, you know, when this is in the box, and a regular piece of paper would. So I use it for that, and it's kind of cool because, like, if it's curled up, you can kind of fold it like this, and then it's not curly, or you can put it down and see it horizontally. So it's really a cool paper. So we're going to change the design of this to make this a little bit more functional. First thing we got to do is get this wire off of here. This screwdriver is a bit underpowered for this application. Okay, and we'll set this wire aside to be used for something else. And we're going to fix this with things from the pile of... Why don't you throw that out? So we have a wood shaving that we're going to use, some kind of a bracket. May or may not be able to use that. This scrap, whatever that is, and this scrap piece of dowel. So we're going to take these screws off of here as well. And we'll just use the manual driver to save some time here, because I think that cordless screwdriver is just about out of charge anyways, which is going to be a problem because I wanted to use the drill. Okay, well, anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bar. Where's the power cord for this drill? I better plug this in. I can screw things in by hand, but I'm not drilling it by hand. I'm going to take this piece of wood here and mount this on the side so that this will kind of be like that. So that's good. I'm right about there. And then this will go on top of here to hold the paper in place. So first, I'm going to drill this out a little bit so that the screw can go through there and tighten up and not have a problem. I think we can get away with this. Nah, we'll use this bit. Actually, that hole is right about where it needs to be already. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and screw this in. This is a little bit sticky. I think there's some tape residue or something on there, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. I know this bit is broken, it still works. Okay, so now that's on there, and I don't know why I didn't foresee that happening. We have to have two holes here, two screws, so it doesn't move. That's so very obvious now. I'm not sure why I didn't think of that before. I think what I'll do is I'll just use this on the top thing. I'll use this hole for the dowel. Okay, and then let's redo this here. I'll put 2 new holes in this. Okay, so now we have that, which will be much sturdier, and it's not going to be all wonky anymore. Now I think what does need to happen is this has to get cut, though. That's way too long. I'm going to cut that right about at the end of the thing. Now that's approximately, the width of that, so that's good. Now we're going to take this, and I'm going to cut this down about in half. Now we're going to drill a hole into this. Okay, and we're going to make a smaller hole in here. It's a bit too big, I think. That's going to be too big as well. Okay, and then we're going to take this screw, put this through here. Alright, and this should now keep the paper from flying off. That wasn't even in the stinking frame. Okay, so now the paper should stay on there pretty good. Now this is back to functioning the way it was before. But I want to see if I can make a splice thing on the end here, because it was always difficult to get the paper. I usually take a knife and slide it off there, but that's not really the greatest. So I'm thinking maybe if I can mount this on here somehow, and then this would kind of work as a tear off, because the edge of that's pretty sharp. So now I just wasted some paper. I got to figure out how I can mount this on here in a way that's not going to restrict the flow of the paper. This is going to be challenging. I had two screws here before to kind of keep the paper in line. I think I'm going to put those back because that worked just fine. Rather than that other piece of metal, I'm going to try using this blade. This is off a tape dispenser that broke, and this isn't too sharp, but it may work to cut the paper. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this just over the edge like this, so that when this is pulled you can kind of do a tear here. And I got to see which way does it tear easier. Like that, or like this. I guess this way I think is better. Yeah, we'll go with this way. So let's see if it's going to be kind of like that, I think. I'm going to try using these little screws. This way I don't have to modify this thing at all and make the holes any bigger. I'm not sure if this will be enough to hold it in place. I think I'll be able to tell right away if this is going to be sturdy enough or not. And of course the bit is too big, so smaller one. Actually, that may hold it. I think these screws will work just fine. cheese that split through the top. I'm going to move it over now. It's one of the reasons why you should always drill a hole. Oh, this is all stinking crooked. That's not gonna work. That may be too low. Let's see what happens. I thought there was a fourth screw around here somewhere, but now it's disappeared. I don't think this one's going to fit through the hole here. We'll make it fit. What's the problem here? Get in there. Why is it? It's like not going through. Is there something in the wood? Hello? Any particular reason why you're not going in? Okay, now I'm talking to pieces of wood. I gotta go to sleep. Let's see if I can find another one of those smaller screws. Well, now that I've abused the hole so much, it probably won't be the right size anymore. Ah, here's one. I tend to think it's just going to blast right through now because the hole is worn out. Mostly. Oh well. Alright, let's see how this works. Well, that's not terrible, but it should be higher up so it could grab the paper better. I wonder if would it work better from... Yeah, it does work better from the other angle. I don't know why I thought it would work better on this angle. That was wrong. It'll definitely work better on the other angle. And if it was higher up too, I think. That screw is not really doing anything. Oh yeah, it's almost the 10 o'clock. No wonder I'm starting to get screwed up. It's time to sleep. Have to get up early tomorrow. Alright, I'm going to try to mount it like that, because that's right where I want it to be. I don't think these screws are going to cooperate enough to get it that way. Split through in the same spot again. Jeez. Oh, can we go without that screw maybe? Alright, this is no longer going well. It got too late. Cheese. Bill, that's pretty good. That'll work. Alright, we're gonna go with that because quite frankly it's getting tired and I'm late, so that's gonna be it. We'll go with that for now. If this gets loose over time, which I suspect it may, then we'll have to do something with better screws, but that's the new paper thing for now. Since things usually go better when cameras are off, I turned the camera off, and sure enough, all 4 screws went in with no problem. So, there we go, that's working good.